Hey guys, this is Sean Patton. I'm back here with Zack Henderson at Legion Jiu-Jitsu, and we've been putting a great series together on kettlebell training. I've been integrating my workout now for about a month, noticing a difference in my stability, my strength, and I'm loving what we're doing so far. And so this is our fourth video, and we're going to talk about the Turkish get-up. So Zack, take it away. Tell us all about this exercise.
Yeah, man. So the get-up is probably the most, I guess I should say it has the most strong history as it relates back to combat sports and specifically wrestling. The story goes is that the Turkish wrestlers back in the ancient times would do 100-pound get-ups as part of their training. Wow. You know, so they say. Yeah. So of course, what we've kind of done here in our style of like kettlebell training is broken the get-up down into specific steps that can be trained individually. So it's not just fall down and get up, it's let's get up and making sure that we hit some specific mechanics along the way. Hey, and there's time and a place for both, right. But specifically here, we're gonna be getting into the details a little bit. Perfect. So we're going to start on your back, all right. And the get-up is an inherently asymmetrical exercise. So we're working one side of the body technically at a time. So we're just going to walk through each individual step, and I'm going to be giving you some cues and some things to think about along the way. So we've got our kettlebell set up. So what Sean's going to do is just use two hands to get it into position, and he's going to press it up into a strong, floor press. Now, what Sean wants to be thinking through this entire exercise is a vertical arm to the floor. So no matter what the rest of his body is doing, his arm here is going to stay vertical.
Kind of get here or he off the side.
Yep, exactly. And so when we hit what we call proprioceptive vertical, that's going to be the strongest position for your shoulder. Okay? So the very first thing that Sean's going to do is he's going to protect his armpit, so he's going to tighten up his lats. Perfect. We want to keep that as much as possible. So before you kind of had a loose armpit, that's a tight armpit. So Sean's going to bend his same side leg that he's loaded on. His opposite arm and leg are going to be out at 45 degrees. Now, very, very important point here. Our initial move is not a crunch. It's not a sit-up straight. Just like how you're always telling me in practice, we're talking about angles. We're talking about trying to get these diagonal angles. So instead of sitting straight up, what Sean's going to do is he's going to diagonally roll his chest towards me and come up to the elbow. Boom. That is a great roll, not a sit-up. So again, his arm is in vertical. He's keeping an eye on the weight. He's got lots of space here. He's actively pushing through the arm there. And from here, very simply, he's just going to straighten out this arm. And that's going to set us up for the bridge. Now, there's different ways to train this step. I personally like to train the high bridge here. So what Sean's going to do is really load through this hand, load through that opposite foot, bridge his hips up diagonally. Again, we're talking about angles. We're not going straight up. We're going diagonal. Now, from here, this leg is loose. He's putting minimal weight into it. Weight is in the opposite hand and foot. Here, he's just going to sweep that leg back behind him, pausing for a second, and now we're in the bottom of the windmill position. From here, he's going to hinge his hips back and pop up into a lunge, square himself up. We're just going to pause here for a hot second, making sure that we're stable on the foot, stable on the back foot, and then from here, he's going to stand straight up. That's a good rep. How's that shoulder feeling?
It's feeling good. It's the slowest Turkish get I've ever done in my life.
Good, good. And that's another interesting idea is we want to train this exercise both quickly and slowly. Yeah. All right? So this is the end point. We're standing, great mobility here, and then we typically get down a little bit faster than we get up. So Sean's gonna reverse lunge back. He's gonna windshield wipe that back leg, find the ground with his hand. No bridge on the way back. We're just gonna sweep out and take a seat. Keep your eye on that weight, down to the elbow, and wave down to the back. Use 2 hands to bring it down, and off to the side. And that is the kettlebell Turkish getup. You can see when we break it all down, it's like 12 steps. And each one of those steps is like its own individual pose, if you will. The Turkish getup has been called yoga with weight. And when you respect each and every position, you can see why that's the case. So Sean, what do you think? How did it feel?
That was awesome. That's, you said it comes, it's one of those things that wrestlers have used for a long time and grapplers, and just the stability that you have to have on that weight. And I think, like you said, we focus on angles and sort of being like that body awareness so much, and how, hips this way and hips this way changes everything.
Right.
And it's one of those things here where if it's right, it's right. If it's not, you need to correct it initially, and you feel it. So, man, that was awesome. This is something I'm integrating into my workouts that Zack has put together for me. And, as always, keep following along. We're going to have a few more videos that I'm really excited to put out in this series. And let us know in the comments, if you're integrating these workouts into your strength and conditioning program. Results, questions. You literally have like a world expert in kettlebells with us right now. So shoot us what you got. Thanks so much, Zack.
Hey, thank you, Sean.